Good evening and welcome to the second part of Music Link's coverage of the South by Southwest conference down here in Austin, Texas. We are outside Emo's, the venue last year for Foreskin 500's crowning moment, and this year, a wonderful performance from Evergreen's very own Hate Blank Trio, who most certainly rocked a crowd of industry insiders. Now, for bands, there are many reasons to come down to South by Southwest. Maybe you're an unsigned band looking to become a signed band. Maybe you're a newly signed band just looking for that vital exposure. Or maybe you're an established band looking to be the talk of the town. Either way, you'll be looking for a camera, and we were one of the people pointing at them, so we have them right here in the next half hour. Now, maybe the most important thing about South by Southwest is the fact that the business and the music come together to form the music business. Now, that may sound trite, but it's in fact the key to this whole shebang. Now, for the next half hour, we'll be investigating a little bit more fully how business and music coexist very, very happily in Austin. You can do no better than to stick around and check it out right here on Music Link, where, rather like the Austin American Statesman, we're wrapping up South by Southwest.
Are you there? 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 Are you there?
I really love Austin, Texas. I thought I was coming to the Bible Belt, but as it turns out, this is extremely wild place. Lots of hot tubs, lots of female bartenders, so I'm completely blown away.
I work with Interscope Records out of LA. I started my career in the music business as a muso in various British bands, had a number of hits over there. Finally ran out of steam and ran out of hair and decided to get into the business side of things. I'm kind of responsible for No Doubt, work with Trauma Records on Bush, Funk Junkies. I've got the Reverend Horton Heat and a bunch of young bands that are going to be coming out this year. And that's my story in brief.
What does South by Southwest represent to a label in terms of just the whole process of defining talent, searching for talent?
Well, you got, I think, on the panel I was at, Tim Devine said there's 735 artists performing here. And it's a concentration of the industry, record labels, artists. So it's a good opportunity to cram into 3 days a lot of meetings with people and an opportunity to go out at night and see a lot of artists you wouldn't normally be able to see, you know, without taking flights everywhere.
Or are there any trends this year?
This doesn't seem like a place where there's going to be trends showing here. I mean, you know, techno is such a big thing in the rest of the country, but this kind of convention is sort of geared towards pretty rootsy music, you know, at its heart, although that's not all that goes on here. So my feeling is that, you know, this is sort of isolated from what's going on in the rest of the music world in a sense. Although there are a lot of, you know, hip groovy bands here. I mean, you know, one of the biggest shows last night was by Biss, the Scottish trio. who are not rootsy at all, unless you consider the Rosillos the roots of rock.
Well, now this event seems to become a major publicity festival as well for just recent signees or whatever to come down and showcase to try to get some press happening or whatever. Are there any bands that way that are perhaps going to benefit from South by Southwest?
Well, I mean, I guess, you know, the most obvious one is Nerf Herder, you know, whose record is out and who's doing really well already, and who were a pretty big buzz band last night because there's a whole audience that thinks they're going to be really huge. And I think an event like this gets a real good stampede action going. If there's the smell of blood, you can get like a lot of sharks out chasing down the street to make sure they get a piece of it.
Is this what you wanted? Sammy Hagar. Sammy Hagar. Is this what you wanted, man?
Some of the bands maybe bring unrealistic expectations in terms of, oh my God, we get to network with the music business.
To some degree, yeah, but you know what? The dreams are, that's what everyone's in it for. It's the dream of like making it big, making money. It's like the movie business, any form of entertainment. It's the glamour side of it, and everybody. If you don't have the dream, then the motivation. What's the point?
Dave lost his hairline, but you lost your cool body. Kids ride 55. I'll never buy your lousy letters again.
I don't mean to like belittle showcase events, but by and large, I think they're sort of a waste of time as far as the showcase aspect, record companies and that kind of thing. For me, it's just another spot on the tour, because what I do is I go around the country and play songs. So we'll stop at South by Southwest and get to see about 20 bands, 30 bands, some of them friends of mine, and get to play a show. I don't really have any goals, you know, other than to find the nearest hot tub.
When the dream time ends, open my eyes, look around. I gotta hopscotch my way over the bodies lying on the ground. And Volvo says the fascist boys taking over town. Rhinoceros, where the ozone fiends lie by the pool, the big like Chinese puppies, and the lifeguard sits on his high stool over the hobby uppies. The umbrella starts shaking, you hear the thunder sound. Rhinoceros, rhinoceros.
Hi, I'm Mike Drum from Music Link in Denver, Colorado. I'm glad that some of our shows from Denver get to run here on the Austin Music Network. You guys don't know how lucky you are to have the Austin Music Network. Now you get to travel and go to different places to see bands and whatnot. What about coming to Austin? Is there a special appeal just to this city?
It's a small city of 800,000 roughly, and it's unique in the fact that it's all the clubs are centered around one street. So it gives everyone the opportunity to walking distance everywhere without jumping in taxi cabs everywhere to go across town. It's all concentrated on one street, which is 6th Street, which they close off and allows everybody to walk around and jump from club to club to club to club. So it's you can see a lot of bands in a short space of time. Whereas you go to any other conference in other cities, you maybe see less than half the amount of bands that you want to see because you've got to keep taking taxi cabs or you've got to rely on rental cars or whatever. Here, Austin is unique that it has all these clubs on one street.
Yeah, all's right. We've wallowed in and worked blindside. Feel numb, well, on edge of love, pushing through self. So rise and shine in California face.
So Jeremy, your album Perfect Flux Thing's about to come out.
Indeed.
And you're down here in Austin, Texas at South by Southwest. Have you been down to South by Southwest before?
This is the first time.
So what is your take as to what is the purpose of South by Southwest?
What is my take?
Yeah.
God, I hate to sound jaded, but it seems like it's definitely about moving music through the industry. I mean, there certainly is the musical end of it, which should be inspiring and all that, but it's definitely about people getting together and talking about how to get music in through the whole machinery.
Rise and shine in California face. Oh, yeah,
When did the bug first bite to where you knew that music was something that you were just going to have to follow?
It first happened actually when I was in school, in college, and just, I was a good student and all that sort of stuff, but I was getting really passionate about music and somewhat less passionate about my schoolwork, though not horribly so. And when I graduated, my band didn't really want to continue. They all were going to go and do reasonable things with their lives. And I just knew that I had to go back home to Los Angeles and really give it a shot. And then I realized the shot was sort of a lifetime commitment.
dark, cool night, we lose our way, recover bleak, bright, peace, long last, the war is balanced, ever and past. So rise and shine in California face.
The things I'm really proud about in terms of the record, I'm proud of the songwriting. I feel like there's 10 songs. Each one is an entity and has a different mood and a different story to tell. And I'm also, I'm happy in that I think that we captured performances as much as using the studio for the things that you can do in the studio to layer and texture things. We also captured live performances from the band and a good deal of live vocal performances also, which is something that I wanted to bring in from my sort of obsession with jazz and stuff like that. Cause of this start, an arc finds its falling. At last sign of heat, blue rose ring morning. There's nothing wrong here.
So the record comes out next month.
Yeah,
and
April 15th.
So what will the rest of the year be about, I guess, work?
Yeah, knock on wood, you know. I got a good little band together. We're actually a very good band. And, you know, with any luck, we'll be out on the road this summer and into the fall and, you know, doing the whole deal, talking to people, playing music for people. I give this glad tear to blur shore horizon at risk, sense, and core. Groundwork for good poison. There's nothing wrong here.
You're holding in your hands there a bunch of tapes you've just picked up at the panel. What are the chances that you'll actually listen to these tapes here? I mean, these CDs.
Oh, I listen to them.
How many do we have there? Can we see a visual aid there?
There's a ton in this here. I have no idea how many I've got here. There's got to be at least maybe 50 or 60 bands represented here in this little package.
Hi, we're Birdbrain. I'm Ammo. Lance. And I'm Joe. We're down at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, and you're watching Music Link.
Have you ever, coming to a conference and being given all this kind of material, discovered anybody this way?
Once. Only once.
Who was that?
That was a band that we signed back in 1991, a band out of Tennessee called The Hardcore. The record didn't sell great, but that was one band that we found. And Anna Statman, who works for our company, found a band last year called Purr that was at the Austin Music Conference. So it does happen. I would say out of these 735 bands, maybe about between 3 and 20 acts will get signed to either major labels or independent deals. So it does happen. But then, like we said on the panel, that's the beginning of everyone's problem, because then you've got to sell the records. Getting signed is not the end of the road.
Yeah, at that point you begin to have a process of owing your label a lot of money.
That's right. That's exactly right.
It all began with a scream over 911. Hello?
Hello, Sydney.
I'm here with Birdbrain, signed to TVT Records. Welcome to Music Link, guys. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Joe. I'm Lance.
I'm Ammo. I'm a transvestite.
You were down here at this meat market for a few days.
Right.
How exactly does this all kind of apply to you guys and where you're at in your careers? What are you trying to achieve?
We want a tour. Give us a good tour. Our new record is out. It's called Let's Be Nice. It's on TBT Records. We just shot a video for the first single, Youth of America, which is in the Scream
We've
movie.
been up for 3 days.
What's that?
We've been up for 3 days.
We've been up for 3 days.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's in the Wes Craven movie Scream. And we just finished shooting the video. Like Joe said, we've been up for 3 days. We did the video in New York, came straight here.
Fun in the city.
And walked right into the Texas Carnival. This is great, you know? Looking for some good ribs. You know, we can get some good ribs around here.
Well, so getting on the old Scream soundtrack is a very, very nice boon to the career.
It's been
How
good.
did that all come about?
Wes heard the song and he just thought it was ultra groovy.
Wow, so straight to the director.
Yeah. It was kind of neat because he had it in the movie for like over a minute, which I guess is a special tribute for a song.
That's
our,
right.
Our friends, Gravity Kills, also on TVT, they had in the 7 soundtrack, they had their song Guilty. And when we saw the movie, it was in there for like 4 seconds and said, wow, that's kind of sucks. And then we saw ours, it was like, wow, we are the movie for a whole minute. So it's kind of cool.
Where in the movie is it that people should be looking out for it?
The big frat party scene, where he explains what the horror movie rules are.
Well, this is the new video by Birdbrain. It's called Youth of America. Thank you.
Much like the vast majority of all the bands down here under the spotlight in Austin, Texas at the South by Southwest Conference, our time is up far too soon. But unlike the weather, which has been slightly disappointing, the entertainment factor has most assuredly been very high. Mike's drunk too much coffee, I've drunk too much beer, but overall it's been a 4-day blur, 4th year in a row for Music Link down here, my first year. I'm sure both Music Link and I will be back. In summary, this is me, Stefan, tired, hungover, almost hoarse, but decidedly happy, saying from Texas, ta-da.
Hi everybody, I'm Jen Garrison, Media Whore, and you're watching the Austin Music Network.